at 7. So I just finished a workout. It was an abbreviated workout, and I'm gonna tell you about it. I'm gonna tell you why I'm doing it, and I'm gonna tell you why it's working, and even though I don't want to be doing it. But here's what I was thinking about. On January the 1st, now this is the first time I've ever shared this, so nobody's ever heard this before, but I believe in transparency, I believe in coming clean. So on January the 1st, it is a big holiday. New Year's Day is probably the biggest holiday in the Korean calendar. And of course, my wife is Korean, and so we're celebrating with her family on New Year's Day. So, yeah, we took a trip to Big Bear the week between Christmas and New Year's. We ate a lot, we drank a lot, I drank a lot. And then we come back, and New Year's Day, we are celebrating, shall we say, big time. And by that, I just mean we ate a lot of food. We were eating and eating and eating and eating and eating. So when I got home, or when New Year's Day, that afternoon after we'd finished dinner that evening, I went upstairs and I stepped on the scale in my master bedroom, master bath. And I weighed 193.1 pounds. 193.1 pounds. Now that's never happened to me before. Never weighed that much. That's the heaviest I've ever been in my life. Quite a bit heavier than the next closest time I've weighed my time, by pounds. And I'm like, this is not working for me. This is not working. This is not gonna work. It is never gonna work. I'm never gonna accept this. So I'm like, I gotta do something different. What am I gonna do about it? Well, I've gotta start training. I've gotta lose weight. Here's the problem, is we find something that's not working in our life. Like, I weigh too much, I need to lose weight, and then we get fixated on the losing weight. And the problem is, nobody needs to lose weight. We need to get healthy. Weight, being overweight, having too much fat is a symptom, not a problem. It's the symptom of the problem. And the problem is, I eat too much and I don't exercise enough. I don't move enough. So I don't burn what I eat, or I'm eating wrong. So those are all causes, but what is the solution? Well, the solution is going to diet. No, because the proof is in the pudding, right? Diets don't work. People that do diets, they tend to lose weight, and then they tend to gain it back plus a few pounds, which is what's happened to me. When I moved to California in 2009, 11 and a half years ago now, I weighed about 170 pounds, 170 pounds. And I was pretty healthy. I was not in elite physical condition, but I was healthy, and I certainly wasn't overweight. So I've gained nearly 23 pounds as of January 1st. Now I've lost some of that back because I'm doing something. But anyway, I'm just like, something's got to change. You guys understand what I'm saying? Something's got to change. So, and by the way, welcome everybody. As you come on, make sure you type in where you're from so I can get to know you. And we're talking about what doesn't work in your life and how to fix it. So I want you to think about, what is something that's not working in your life? And whatever it is that's not working in your life, that's probably not the problem. Most likely it is the symptom of the problem. So when I stepped on the scales and I weigh 193 pounds, that was not my problem. My problem was not that I was 23 pounds heavier than I was 9.5 years ago when I moved to California. My problem was that I was having behaviors in my life that were allowing me to gain an average of 2 pounds a year. Now notice, I didn't gain 23 pounds in 1 year. I gained it year after year after year, and I just consistently was getting heavier. And I'm like, this is intolerable for me. And the problem is not weight. The problem is fitness. The problem is health. The problem is I'm not exercising enough, and I'm eating too much, or I'm eating the wrong stuff too often. So I'm like, how do I change this? And I'm like, losing weight does not excite me. And frankly, working out does not excite me. I don't enjoy like going to the gym. I just got through working out with my kettlebells right here and all that, my weights. See, this is how weak I am. This is 10 pounds. 10 pounds of weight on my, what are these called? These are Bowflex, the Bowflex where you can dial in the weight. You can dial it all the way up to 52 pounds, but can barely lift it now. I've got my rings up here. So you can look up, I've got my rings there. So I do work out on the rings. I've got my, whatever else I got my medicine ball right here. So, and I don't enjoy this stuff. I enjoy trail running. I enjoy nature. So here's what I enjoy. I enjoy playing. So I enjoy playing basketball, but my joints are so in such bad shape, and I weigh so much I can't jump. I can't do it. And I tried retraining before COVID last year, and I go to the gym and I enjoy myself, but I'm not in good enough shape to play with the guys that play where I was going. And I'm like, I just don't want to injure myself, and I'm like, something's got to give. And I love trail running. But when we bought the new house where we live now, we're too far away from trails. So all my running's on streets, and I hate running on streets. I hate the smog here in LA. I hate the air quality, and streets bore me, and I don't like traffic. I don't like crap. I just don't like it. So I just wasn't doing it. I would like force myself to exercise, but it was a losing proposition. So I'm like, what do I love? Well, I love competition. I do like that. I like competition, and I like playing. I like a game, and I like a goal. Now, here is what I'm talking about. How to fix what is not working in your life. How do you fix what's not working in your life? So here's what was not working in my life. My fitness was not working in my life. My weight was a symptom. So you look at your life, what's not working in your life. So you can look at your bank account. You can look at your marriage. You can look at your kids. You can look at your body in the mirror. You can look at your business. You can look inside at your emotions, your emotional well-being, if you're loaded up with stress and guilt and shame or fear, whatever it is. But you look at what's not working in your life, and you see the symptoms, but you have to look at what is the cause, what's really causing that, and then you have to look at what is the solution. And this is where we get messed up, is we attach a solution to the symptom, not to the cause, or even bigger, to the goal. So the real key to start with is, what do I want? What do I really, really want? Well, I want to be in elite physical condition. I want it because I want to feel great. I want to be happy. I want my body to feel great. I want to be able to move. I want to be able to feel young. And I like winning. And so I like, what are something I can do with my body that to me really represents that, embodies that, that's fun, it's adventurous, it lets me do what I love to do. I can have fun doing it. I get fit out of doing it, and I feel better. And I did trail running. I started doing trail running 4 years ago. Started doing trail running. And I loved it, but it was beating me up. It was beating me up because I was overtraining, and just the pounding on my joints, my ankles and knees didn't work. All right, so that was a problem. So I'm like, what can I do to not do so much pounding? And I got into Spartan racing. Now this was 2-3 years ago now. I got into Spartan racing with a friend of mine, a couple that live in Utah named Tyson and Nicole, and they got me into Spartan racing, and I love Spartan racing. So I started doing Spartan races, and I did 3 or 4, and I was loving it. But when I did the long ones, it was doing the same thing as trail running. It was beating my joints up. And the other thing was I had a problem with my throat, my vocal cords. And when you're a speaker like me and a coach, you make your living with your vocal cords. So when you get your vocal cords in trouble, I ended up having a polyp or a cyst on one of my vocal cords and had to have surgery to remove it, which is another story. But one of the things that the Dr. Nasseri, my otolaryngologist, told me, he says, no more Spartan races for you because the dust is too bad and you don't need that dust irritating your throat for right now. Well, that was 2 years ago. So I'm healed. I got a clean bill of health with my vocal cords. They're perfect. When I did my 1-year checkup, they were good. I did, checkup and all that. So now I don't have to worry about that. Plus we're all used to wearing masks, so I can wear a buff and filter out the dust when I'm doing Spartan races. So I'm like, I'm going to start doing Spartan races again. Now that got me excited. It got me excited because I love doing them. And when I do them, I get to do things like I get to travel. I get to go have fun. I get to hang out with some friends of mine that I do Spartan racing with. And so I'm like, I'm going to do Spartan races again. Well, problem is I haven't trained for Spartan races in 2 years. I'm out of shape. I've gained weight. I've probably gained over 10 pounds since my last Spartan race. And when I was doing the Spartan race, when I was doing the training, I was getting healthier. I was literally getting healthier. I was losing weight. I was getting rid of the extra weight on my belly and all that kind of stuff. And so I'm like, will this get me what I want? And I'm like, this gets me what I want. Okay, so this is how you fix what's not working in your life. You figure out what's the problem, what's not working, Why is it not working? What do I want that would make it work, that I'm willing to do, that is fun for me, that I'm willing to put in the work and do? And so it comes down to the dream. So I go back to my 5 mantras of success. How do you fix what's not working in your life? Stop trying to look at what's not working at the symptom and trying to attack the symptom, like losing weight for me. Losing weight is attacking the symptom. I want to get fit and I want to do so in a way that I enjoy. So I love traveling. I love Spartan races. They're something, they're intoxicating. They're competitive, and they're your whole body, and it's just like, just makes me feel like young and powerful and all that. So I'm like, that's what I'm going to do. Now the problem is I'm not in shape to do it. So now I've got to figure out, what is the dream? What do I want? I want to do Spartan races. Why? Because Spartan races make me feel great. They're competitive. I have fun doing them, and they get me fit. Okay. So now I have a goal. All right. I have a goal to compete successfully in a Spartan race. My first one's in March. I've got one scheduled for March, one for May, and one for July. Love the longevity of that. That gets me going. And I've got to get in shape. So now I've got the goal. I know what I want to do, what I want to accomplish. Now I got to figure out, how do I get ready to accomplish it? Well, I got to start training. I got to start working out. And the problem with that is I don't know how to train for a Spartan race, really. I just kind of wing it, do my own thing, and I would do a lot of trail running, but I could never finish the obstacles, like the rope climb, the hard stuff. I could never do it. Okay, and so I'm like, I've got to get a coach. I've got to get really training to do this well, and that's what I just did. So I'm gonna tell you about that in just a second. But before I do that, I want you to type in the comments, what is one thing that's not working in your life? What is one thing right now in your life that or let's even say it's not working. We won't say it's not working. Let's say one thing you're committed to getting fixed. One thing you're committed to winning, doing better in your life. Because let me see, and I don't know if the reason I'm on my iPad, which usually I do this on my computer or my phone, but I'm not seeing any comments. What is one thing that's not working in your life? If this is making sense to you guys, what I'm talking about, type in the word makes sense or yes or whatever, because I'm trying to find where my comments are and I don't see any comments. There are comments? Comments? Live chat. Why am I not seeing a live chat? Come on. You guys got to be chatting me, I know, and I'm not seeing it. Top chat? Why am I not seeing the chat? Well, I'm not seeing the chat, guys. All right, so we're back. All right. Okay, so here's what, and if you can chat it, because I'll come back and I'll look at this later, but I can't see any chat right now for whatever reason. I don't know why. All right, so here's what I did. I hired a coach. I hired a coach that would help me get this together. I'm doing CrossFit. So long story short, I was talking to my coach Sergio, the coach who works with me with Guest Masters, and he is a fit beast, healthy. I mean, just in elite physical condition. I'm like, I got to do something to get healthy. And we were snow skiing in Vail over in last week or 2 weeks ago, and I'm like, I got to get healthy. And he's like, well, you can do it. And I'm like, I think I'm gonna do CrossFit. And he said, I know a guy in the South Bay where you live that is a beast with CrossFit. He owns the best CrossFit gym in the South Bay of Los Angeles County. And I'm like, well, dude, why didn't you tell me? So he told me he didn't want to do it. So I'm like, okay, I'm going to do it. So he introduced me, hooked me up, I hired him. And so today I'm going to train with him. I started with him Friday, and I'm going back on Tuesdays and Thursdays to start with this. But on the days that I'm not there, I'm here training, and he's giving me this routine that he texted me. This, okay, here's what you got to do. And so he texted me my routine that I've got for today. And so I was doing that before this thing, and I am exhausted. I didn't want to do it. I didn't feel good. I've been having a like inner ear. I don't know what the deal is. So I'm like, I don't want to do it. And I'm like, I got to do it because I'm training for a Spartan race. And so I pushed myself because I've got a coach, I've got a goal, I've got a framework now, which means I've got a plan, which he's given me. And that pushes me. So here's the thing, guys, is if you want to get something working in your life that's not working, number one, you got to figure out what it is you want, not just what it is you don't want. What is it you really want? And then you got to have a big dream about what you want, how that's going to get you there. What do you really want, and why do you want that? Why is that important to you? And then you've got to be willing to do the work. You got to say, okay, how do I get there? How do I do it? And find something that the goal has to be big enough that it will fulfill you. And then you got to get the help. You got to get structure. You got to get what are the resources that I need, whether it's kettlebells and a coach and a plan and whatever. It may be accountability, but for me, it's more than accountability. For me, it's having the structure, and the goal is my accountability. The Spartan race is what holds me accountable to that. Does that make sense? If it does, can I see some thumbs up? Type in, it makes sense. And I'm still not seeing the comments, so we're just going to go with that. But there you go, guys. That's the thing. What is not working in your life? How do you fix it? Number one, see what is not working, but then ask, why is it not working, and what is it that I really want? And focus on what you want, not just on the symptom of what's not working. And then you've got to figure out, what are the resources I need that I'm willing to do that will get me there, but it's got to be something that I want that is strong enough to pull me through the resistance. Because the resistance is, this morning I didn't want to come out here and work out. That was the resistance. But see, I want to win at the Spartan race. I want to do well in the Spartan race. And because that's what I want, and I've got a strong enough goal for it, it pushes me through. And this is how you change your life, guys. You got to dream bigger. You got to move faster. You got to get tougher. You got to push harder, and you got to be willing to do more. And it all starts with having something that you want. Starts with that dream. It starts with that desire. It starts with that goal. What is it that I want? And when you find that and you clear on it, then it's just a matter of figuring out how to get there. By the way, if you are not yet joining us in our 21-day launch challenge, we are in the middle of 21 days, just starting off 2021 with 21 days of massive push, massive momentum to help you get going. Join us at 21launch.com. Now, this is for real estate agents only. Okay, it's 21launch.com. Go to 21launch.com and join. It's totally free. We're in the middle of it, but you can join us late. Doesn't matter. Doesn't have to be. We started on January 1st, but you can come on and join us now. And it's the 21 days of creating momentum in your life. So to go to 21launch.com, get in that. I'll be live today in our Facebook group. When you register for 21launch.com, you're going to get access to the Facebook group. You're going to get access to the download of the 21 Launch guide, and you're going to get access to your 21 Launch scoreboard. We're doing all this for free. Normally I would charge $500 or $600 for this, but I'm doing this totally for free. Go to 21launch.com. I'll be live today training at 1 p.m. And so this is real estate agents only. So this is real estate training of how to win in 2021. Get in there. I will see you there. 21launch.com. Have an awesome week, everybody. Play to win and always expect yes.